Hello and welcome to Smart Contact Crypto, where smart people come to contact crypto. If you like making money in crypto, then welcome to the club. But if you think there's more to crypto than just price action, then stick around. So what we're going to be talking about today is the 5 things. We got our 5 things video, so buckle in. As you know, I always like to ask my beloved viewers to please hit the like button as well as the bell icon and hit the subscribe button. The more people that do that, the happier everyone will be because we can get our message out of inclusivity and bringing everyone together with crypto. So let's dive in. I got some exciting stories here today. It's so hard to pick just 5 things. I mean, I switched them out like 6, 7, 8 times, but they're all great stories. Can't go wrong with any of them. So let's start our quick market watch. I start every episode by letting us know the 3 big ones. Bitcoin, we're about 39,000. We've been there all day. We have seen Ethereum right above 2,500 all day. And then we got Luna. Luna's been shorted all day. Basically, it's down like 10%. It's at $87 right now, but I'm not too worried about Luna. So let's continue on. So the first thing that I have for us today is going to be about privacy coins. Privacy coins have been exploding over the past week. We have Dash up 5%, but for Dash, that's really good. I mean, that's like 30% for other coins. Speaking of 30%, we have Monero, Zcash, and Thorchain all up over 30% on the week. So that is likely related to being in a war. I mean, there's no privacy coins do not mean that you are doing illegal things, and so therefore, if you're in a war, you must be doing it through Zcash so people don't know who you're donating to, and things like that. But privacy coins basically are going to be very, very important in the entire blockchain world, since the blockchain typically means that it's on a public ledger in a lot of these coins. It's the beauty of blockchain. How it automatically keeps record of everything through the process of blockchain. So it's not the most private of things. Like, it's not cryptic currency. This is cryptocurrency, and but there is some encryption whenever it comes to those privacy coins. And Thorchain is also a little bit different than the straight privacy coins like Zcash, Dash, and Monero, and the fact that you can use other coins and then you don't know who was using it to swap with other coins. It's very interesting. I need to do a video on that. So let's and then I also want to throw in a little bit, there's Jasmy. Jasmy is a really cool coin. It's not listed like as a privacy coin, but Coinbase, when it originally had it, whenever it first listed, it said it was like a privacy scaling solution. They've changed it since then to where it doesn't say that anymore. Let's see, I'm getting over here. And so, yeah, Jasmy right now is at 13.5, or I'm sorry, it's at 1 cent, 0.013, and it's, it very recently was at 10 cents. I mean, so I think there's a lot of hope there with this privacy rise. Whenever people start realizing that it is used for privacy, let's see. And I'll do it. I was looking it up right then. We'll do, actually, Jasmy is definitely one that I'm going to be doing a video on. There's a bunch of coins that aren't being covered enough that need to be. And as you know, we're not already rich. We didn't make it in the previous bull cycle. I started a little over a year ago. Dogecoin got me in during the Super Bowl. And I have put every single paycheck in ever since. And so we're going to make it together, you and I. My history is rock and roll. My history is politics. But my last year's history is like 99% crypto. And so And so yeah, I have a degree in mass communications. So trying to make this work, Zelda. So let's get back to our five things here. So moving from privacy coins and the massive week it had, and I'm glad to see that. I love privacy coins. I love that entire demographic, that genre of coins, and the people that are interested in it. It goes along with the values of crypto. Okay, moving on. Took way too long on that one, but I'll take even less time with this one. So Tron's been having a resurgence apparently. One reason for that, and one reason for that is that it was a year ago, roughly, that Tron. Let me look it up. Okay, yeah, I forgot they just went through some whole thing. So definitely edit that part out. But yeah, let's get back to um uh Tron. So BTT and Tron, they're very closely tied together. Tron bought BTT in 2018. BTT is BitTorrent, which is a peer-to-peer sharing platform that's now turned into a file saving platform like Filecoin. But all of that aside, it was about exactly a year ago, whenever I was very first getting into crypto in early March, where Tron and BTT were like two of my first purchases, after Bitcoin, after Dogecoin. It was Tron, and they took my first 10x was BTT. I put $60 in. I was $60 in, and I thought about that $60. It was my first $60. It was on Voyager, and within that very day, it started its 10x climb, which took it like 1 or 2 weeks. And so I held on to BTT way longer than I should have. Like it went up to a penny, and then it just literally went down. You're like, you think Cardano was bad? No, BTT only went down for a year. And so now we're back at 1 cent or a point. But they've changed it to where one BTT before is now worth like a million BTT. So they're trying to like deceive people by creating more zeros with the same market cap. But so it could be that this has been a year, and so perhaps it's going to happen again this year. That's definitely a possibility to why this resurgence might be happening. Also, CryptoFace. I watch Around the Blockchain on the BitBoy Crypto channel, and CryptoFace has made some predictions, and he's also typically bearish. But he's made some bullish predictions, and he yelled out Tron, and so he yelled out Shiba too. And I was thinking about selling my Shiba, and this was right before it did its 10x. So there's that. And then if you look at their Twitter and some of their recent announcements, they, I guess the biggest one would be that Tron's now available on Uniswap, as well as BTT. Bitrue is posting a lot of, the exchange is posting things about Tron and how they're using more TRC20 coins, TR20 coins, and, like the pairs with Tron. And then we also have, and so yeah, now let's just talk real quick about Justin Sun. So Justin Sun is this he used to be the CEO of Tron. He was very unpopular, very unpopular. One of my good friends, his name's DC. He actually got me, he's one of the first people that I started talking to on my crypto adventure. I told him about Tron, and he didn't say anything bad about it. He was just like, I don't know if I trust Justin Sun. Like, that's the only problem with it. He said he had a bunch of it in 2017, something like that. And so this Justin Sun guy was so unpopular. They thought he was rug pulley. They thought just he couldn't be trusted. It was generally felt across the board. I didn't know too much about it because I'm only been here a year, but I heard it. Tron's price action started doing terribly. BT, I already told you BTT, and so in December of 2021, so like what, 3-4 months ago, the TRON founder stepped down. Justin Sun stepped down after creating his own Sun coin and his Justin coin. And so just for this story, I was today years old. Just for this story, I was today years old whenever I kind of started getting a taste of who Justin Sun is. So when I was researching this, I just went to Google News, Justin Sun, Tron, search in the past week. So apparently Justin Sun's been making the news because he's irate. He's really upset that the Ukrainian government isn't going to give their money to Tron holders around the world because Tron donors donated a small amount, or donated some. There's no small amount when you're donating, but you don't do it when you're expecting something in return. That's a purchase. That's an investment. We're giving to Ukraine. This is your charity. What's going on in Ukraine right now is horrible for the citizens. Nearly 2 million people have had to leave their homes. They're refugees in these surrounding areas. It's a terrible situation over there. And the fact that anyone, much less an influential person, would say like, hey, I know the war's still going on. I know the war's still escalating. Give some of you poor Ukrainians who are begging for charity and being killed, give us some money. I mean, come on, Justin Sun. I don't know too much about him, but it seems like just kind of like Hillary Clinton in the way that just like, can you say anything good? Like, I know you're getting involved in government, but like, you had to have known that wouldn't be a smart thing to say. But anyways, let's, even if it's bad, but anyways, let's move on from that no more. This is also going to be pretty quick. I'm sure you've heard Steve Wozniak. I didn't realize his first name, or it never crossed my mind that his name was Steve. And then also Steve Jobs' name was Steve. And Steve O is who he did an interview with. So all very Stevie, this, number 3 today. And basically he was saying that he believes Bitcoin's going to hit 100K, so he can be welcome to that club. And he didn't give a timeline as far as I know. So yeah, thanks. And also another thing, I found out that Steve O apparently has Steve O, but Steve Wozniak apparently does have his own crypto. So that's kind of interesting. Apparently, it has something to do with energy saving, so you can look into that. And I'm not investing in it. I don't know anything about it. In the interview, he said it was like in a couple of countries or something. So I really don't know too much about it. You can look into that. I'll put a link to the interview in the description. And so let's but one thing, so the good thing about that interview was that he was pro crypto. He said he doesn't own any stocks. He only owns crypto. That's cool. The bad news is he wore short shorts. Like, does he think this was a Zoom meeting and we could only see like the top of his head or the top half? He was wearing short shorts. And he's a large man with skinny legs, and it's just, I don't know why he would wear short shorts in an interview that would be on YouTube if he knew. And so, anyways, I know you got a lot of money, but, pajama pants, put on pants. Instead of short, they were basically underwear. Okay, well, let's move on from that one. There's some Luna news. Luna, I love it so much. Just real quick, break down the protocol. I don't think I've done it since I've updated the name on this channel, but Luna is a coin, and it's back. So the UST, the US stable coin by the Terra Foundation, is one of the most revolutionary things in cryptocurrency. And basically, you need the UST to interact with the Terra ecosystem. And every time that you buy or mint a UST, a Terra dollar, which is a DeFi dollar, a decentralized finance dollar, unlike the centralized ones like USDC and USDT, Tether, and so on and so forth. So definitely a huge fan of Luna because of its protocol and the fact that if there's a bear market and people buy a ton of UST instead of, like Tether, if, 'cause, with this upcoming regulations, the DeFi could be the only option, then Luna could moon. It's one of the only ones that has even the potential of like being the next Bitcoin. I mean, that even has a criteria for that. Like, so yeah, that's a very cool thing. Keep in mind. So let's go. I like doing Luna stories. If I could do a Luna story every episode, I will. But this one actually is pretty interesting. So they recently announced that they were going to maintain their 19.56% on Anchor Protocol, which is one of their coins. Like that and Mirror Protocol are the main two that they have outside of Terra, but they're working on a lot of others. I have some STT, but let's get back. And then there was some dissidents in the Luna community. Luna, they vote on everything. So if you stake a certain amount of Luna, then you can vote on proposals, and whoever, it's very democratic, and they actually follow through with it. And so there was and they posted on Twitter. It's all, honestly, I love Luna. But what I need to say about Luna right now is that there were some dissidents about it being 19.56% for another year, due to the high inflation other places. How are we going to give, those rewards for people who lock up their Anchor Protocol? And so they came up with another proposal that would have changed it to 17.5%. And then for people who held over 500,000 UST, then it would only be 10%, but apparently it didn't get approved, so we're still at the 19.56, but still a very cool thing. Everyone got to give their piece, get to talk about it, and then they voted, and it went one way and not the other. So thumbs up to Luna there. Now let's continue on. Now another coin that I like, Cardano, ADA. ADA is really cool because it's one of the more decentralized. I mean, like, it's been cheap for so long and it's so famous. People buy it, people hold it, even some of it. And, they're working to bank Africa, which is so important for the whole world. I mean, the way and this story is about Charles Hoskinson. Charles Hoskinson is the founder of Cardano. He was a co-founder of Ethereum, and then he switched over because based on the story, he didn't like the direction it was going. He thought it should be more like proof tested, battle tested before it actually is released, and also that would be more appealing to large investors when you had a more solid project. So he went that route, but this is not all about Cardano. This is about a story with Charles Hoskinson, and it's ridiculous that people are trying to use this against Charles Hoskinson and against Cardano. So basically, there are people saying that he did not graduate from college. And there are, and I mean, that's, nobody says that he is unintelligent. I mean, no one said that. No one said like, hey, this guy's a dummy, he shouldn't be the head of nothing, or it's like, that we cannot trust this person because he lied about his college diploma. That's more of what we're hearing. And it makes me sick. This reminds me, the only other times that I've heard people attacking people over, like, just when it seems totally unrelated to anything that's going on, attacking their degrees and what they said they had or when they got it, are sexual assault victims. Like, when the Democrats, who definitely have so many problems, I'm not a Republican or Democrat. We care about the people, the American people, and we believe that 80% of the issues are 100% agreed upon in America, and the other 20% where we agree a lot more than the media would like us to think. So this is not about any particular party, but one thing that the Democrats do tend to do is attack, people alleging sexual misconduct or sexual assault if it's attacking a Democrat, but they weaponize it against Republicans. And so whenever something comes up on the Democrat side, may it be true or not true, that's not what I'm disputing. What I am disputing is I've seen them use that exact argument, like, oh, so we went through all your records, and you seem to be an honest person. We couldn't find really much, but it looks like you didn't graduate. It looks like you did 3.5 semesters. Nowadays we have computers, so that can't happen. But you got, I mean, if you want to go back to school for 6 months, then you'd be telling the truth. But no, she lied about that. Charles Hodgkinson lied about. I mean, it's. And how many famous people drop out of college? I mean, when I say famous, I mean tech famous people. Like, I mean, it's all you hear about. Like with the Facebook guy, Zuckerberg, I think Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, none of them graduate. So I don't know why this, I mean, if anything, this is a thumbs up. If we have a tech guy that dropped out to follow his passion, I mean, that's if anything, a thumbs up. But the fact that people are trying to say that Charles Hodgkinson can't be trusted because of this tiny discrepancy he's already proven himself. He's already proven the work. He's already shown he can do it. And he did go to school. It's not like he just grew up off the street and learned how to lie, and catch me if you can kind of thing. And so that particular thing just makes me mad. If it isn't directly related, like if you're a doctor, if you're like an actual physician, and you lie about being a doctor, and then you're doing surgery, and the person dies right away, then yeah, that's going to be something that you persecute somebody over. That's going to be something that's a real problem. But if somebody, like, for example, has a degree in this or has a degree in they say, oh yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in writing. And then they write a famous book and everybody loves it. And then they're like, turns out they didn't have a degree in writing. Oh my God, what a liar. Everybody burned your books. Throw away your Cardano. Like, come on. Ugh. So yeah, it's there's a lot you can get out of college, but there are some people that go and they get good grades and they finish and they didn't learn anything. There are other people that really go in there and they experience it. They ask questions, and maybe their grades aren't the best. Maybe they forgot to turn in a couple assignments or something like that. But that does not mean that they are any less or worse. And the same goes for dropping out. Somebody could have gotten a lot more out of 2 years if they really, really tried, rather than somebody who just went through the motions. And Charles Hodgkinson is not a guy that just goes through the motions, as far as I could tell. Now, I won't wait too long on that one. This whole video has been kind of long, but do not think that I am not going to keep you up to date on the coins that I added this week. And so what we got is Glimmer, Moonbeam. I have made a purchase of Moonbeam. It's all I have on KuCoin now. So I sold some of my FTT token and put it in Glimmer. Definitely going to do a video on Glimmer too very soon. Very soon. And then Phantom, they had their whole issue. Total value locked was incorrect, and so their price, is now down at like $1.11 or so. So very iffy time, falling knife kind of situation, but I have a lot of faith in Phantom. I think it's going to do well. Good old Paul Barron. He had one of the Phantom guys on talking. It was interesting. Asian man with a very nice British accent. I need to get his name. We'll probably do one on Phantom. It's pretty famous, so we don't need me. I picked up some TRON and BTT after this article though that I read doing this video. I might get rid of my TRON at least. I mean, come on. Who's gonna badmouth the Ukrainian government right now and say that they should give money to people outside of you? Okay, we already talked about it. And the Thetan Gem, I mean, good God, that thing is down under $1 now. It was $18 like 3 months ago. And so, It's a really fun game. I play the game. Well, we're definitely going to do a whole video on Thetan Arena. So not just the Thetan Gym. That's actually going to be a tiny point of it. I'm going to do the whole game because I play it. I play it too much. And so it's definitely play earn. And so, and I sold some Polkadot, but it was to buy the Polkadot Ethereum coin, Moonbeam. And so it's not exactly selling. And so, yeah. So thanks so much for stopping by, my friends, my family, and I hope you enjoyed your day. I know I enjoyed mine. Thanks so much for stopping by. I believe in you, and I will talk to you very soon. We have a lot of things coming in this channel: music, man on the street, video game, and everything else that you want. We're the rock and roll, politics, hardcore, 1 year poor but soon to be rich crypto channel. It's you and me in this together. So let's hang out and have a good time. Thanks so much. Peace out.